Have you been wondering if you should start an Etsy shop or not? Maybe you've been intrigued by the idea, but have heard some things that have made you question if it's really right for you or not. If that's you, you're going to want to stick around and watch this video because I'm addressing the top 3 reasons that I hear people give all the time for why they're hesitating or questioning starting an Etsy shop. And I'm giving my honest opinion on each as a 6-figure seller who's been on the Etsy platform for 8 years and have seen a lot of the ups and downs and shifts and changes that have come along with it. So hopefully you can tell if starting an Etsy business is the right move for you. Let's go. So one of the top reasons I hear people give all the time for why they're scared to start on Etsy or they feel like it might not be a good idea is because they say the market is too saturated. The idea is that there are so many Etsy sellers now on the platform. How could I possibly compete? If I'm starting now, I'm late to the game. The niche I want to go into already has hundreds, if not thousands of sellers. How can I possibly break through that saturation to actually be discovered and make sales? So my honest thoughts are this. Etsy has grown by leaps and bounds and has pretty much skyrocketed over the past few years in terms of both number of sellers and number of shoppers. It's a wonderful thing for Etsy sellers because there are so many more shoppers now on the platform. Etsy is becoming a really well-known name in the online space, but along with that comes the rise of competition as well. More sellers and more shops are opening up on Etsy every single day, and a lot of niches are seeming to feel more and more crowded for the sellers that have already been on the platform for a while. So although, yes, it can be difficult to break through and be discovered when you're in a niche that does have a lot of competition, I view competition as a good thing because it's actually proof of demand. It's proof that the market has demand for the type of product that you're wanting to sell. It would actually be a bit of a red flag if you were trying to sell a product on Etsy that didn't really have any competition, there were no other shops selling it, because then I would question if people actually really even know what it is or if it's in demand at all on the platform. One of the first steps that I stress to my students in going through our strategy is to do product analysis, product research to validate the ideas that they have of the products they want to sell and make sure there's something that actually is in high demand and currently trending on Etsy. So to me, having a lot of competition in a niche is proof that the market wants this. It's a great product that is currently being searched for a lot and purchased a lot. Now, with that said, it is important to niche down into a more specific, almost subcategory, as opposed to just trying to rank for something really broad. So an example of this might be if you typed in mug into the Etsy search bar, you're likely to get thousands upon thousands of results because that is a very broad and vague search term. There are lots of people on Etsy selling different kinds of mugs. So the way to actually break through is to get specific and niche down on a specific style or target audience that the unique type of mug that you're offering would appeal to. So instead of trying to rank high for the term mug, you might try to rank for something like funny mom mug. The results for that are going to be a lot less than just typing in mug. So yes, when you first type in your broad product category or you think of that broad niche, it may seem overwhelming and seem like there are just tons of listings to compete with. But actually, if you think more in terms of your sub niche and the specific target audience that you have in mind, the specific style or trend elements that you're incorporating, it's a lot more doable to be discovered in a niche like that. One tool I love to do product and keyword research for before I ever even list anything is Sales Samurai. Sales Samurai has so many different amazing tools for Etsy sellers for research purposes, but one thing I love to do is to come to the Etsy search bar, type in something I'm thinking of, and as I start typing, it starts to generate the estimated monthly search volume for that phrase and for specific related phrases. I can see the search volume numbers here as it's populating, but I can also click over here where it says 500 more, and the Sales Samurai Chrome extension will then take me to this page where it shows me all of these different related keyword phrases to what I typed in. I can also see the estimated search volume for each phrase and competition, and then I can actually click this to have it show the results in order of highest to lowest. Then I can go through the related keyword phrases and compare the search volume number to the competition number to see if there's anything that might be relatively higher in search volume, but a little bit lower in competition. If I can find a keyword phrase that has the combination of high search volume and lower competition, then that's sure to have some potential to sell well on Etsy and give me some really great ideas for products that might be related to what I was thinking, but maybe slightly different for something that I hadn't thought of before. I love that on this Chrome extension, you can also put in numbers for the search search volume and competition to set your own filters, as well as any words that you want to make sure that the phrase contains. This is an amazing tool for Etsy sellers to do that keyword research to get ideas for products and also see what keywords you could use for SEO purposes to plug into places like your title, your tags, and your description to make sure that you're optimized your listing to be ranked high in the search. Sales Samurai has so generously offered a free 3-day trial for our audience. So if you'd like to try out Sales Samurai free for 3 days, you can click the link in the description box below and make sure to use the code KATE20 when you sign up so that if you decide to continue using Sales Samurai beyond the free trial, then you'll get 20% off of your subscription. I also have a free 60-minute masterclass where I teach through my 5-pillar Etsy success formula, including really specific smart strategy for SEO and doing this kind of research. So if you're interested to learn how I grew my shop to multiple 6 figures and have coached thousands of others to do the same, then definitely check out that free masterclass with the link below or go to etsymasterclass.com. All right, let's move on to the second reason that I hear all the time. People say they don't think they can start an Etsy shop because they don't have a startup budget. Okay, this one is just completely not relevant for those wanting to start on Etsy. There are plenty of niches that require 0 costs up front. The only thing that you absolutely have to pay up front is a 20-cent listing fee to open your shop. And beyond that, you can create products, especially in the digital niche and the print-on-demand niche, that cost nothing. So there are product categories that you can start with only 20 cents. But if you have in mind a physical product that you'd like to sell that you would need a little bit of a startup budget for to buy your first round of materials or to store inventory, then I'd encourage you to think of how you could save that up over the next few months. I want to challenge you to think more in terms of building a foundation for your business that's wide first instead of building up. Think about it. When you build a house, you build the foundation first. You build out first as opposed to building up higher, right? So in the beginning months or even years of our business, we're working to do what we can with the little that we have to start. And then as we begin making sales and making more profits, we choose to be strategic about it and reinvest some of that to build more of that foundation, making sure that our business is really strong from the beginning. So I'd encourage you to start with what you have or start with what you could possibly save up in the next few months and go from there. You could start in one of these niches that you can create and sell your product pretty much for free, which would be creating something that you would sell digitally, or using a print-on-demand provider, meaning that you just create the design and then you partner with a print-on-demand company and you don't have to pay them until the sale comes in. You don't have to purchase or store any inventory, and they are the ones that fill the order and ship it out for you. Start with something in one of those niches, and then as you begin to make sales, you can broaden your horizons as a business and branch out into other things, because at that point, you've saved a little bit of the profit that you've made to reinvest back into your business and build that really strong foundation. An example of this in my own business was something that I purchased in terms of equipment. So in the beginning, of course, we didn't have a really huge startup budget either, and we did what we could with the little bit that we had to start. And as we began to make sales, we started to reinvest a portion of the profits back into our business. And at the time, we had been outsourcing some wooden inserts that we had been making, these little wooden signs, and we finally had enough that we had saved up to buy our own laser machine to cut our own. So at that point, we purchased a smaller laser machine, the one that we could afford, and we used that for a while. And then we continued to save as sales came in. We paid ourselves enough to cover our time, but we did reinvest a lot of what we made back into the business. So eventually we were able to purchase a lot bigger, more powerful laser. And then we were able to actually open a second Etsy shop, making use of that laser for leather jewelry as opposed to wooden inserts. So now we were using the one piece of equipment we had saved for and reinvested for to broaden our Etsy business, start a second shop, and make more profit. So even though you may not have much of a startup budget now, there is a way to start small and to build a foundation that will grow over time. And that's one reason I love Etsy so much, is because they do allow listings for digital items as well as print-on-demand items. So there is a lot of room for people who are starting with little to no startup budget. And reason number 3 that I hear people give all the time for being hesitant to start on Etsy is that they feel like they have no special skills. They'll be thinking something like, well, who am I to even think that I could do this? I haven't been professionally trained in really any kind of craft, and there have got to be people out there that could do this so much better than me. Why would anybody purchase something from me? I am definitely not an expert. And while this may be true, and you really may not feel like an expert at any one specific craft or skill, this is not a reason to not take a step forward in something that you want to try, because we live in a day and age where there are so many free resources available. Even if you just go on YouTube, you're likely to be able to find free tutorials or step-by-step walkthroughs for pretty much any kind of craft or skill you can think of. Not to mention paid courses on platforms like Skillshare and others. There are so many different people teaching in the knowledge commerce space where you can find online courses now for just about anything. So I'd say spend a few hours on YouTube researching the thing that you're thinking of that you'd like to learn and see what kind of free resources are available. And if you have a little bit of a budget, consider a paid course or hiring someone to show you how to do what you're wanting to learn. Again, going back to the example of our leather jewelry shop, when we first started that, it just seemed like a neat idea and something that really was selling well on Etsy at the time, but we had no clue how to use a laser engraving machine. We had to learn that through research and tutorials and finding out how to do it. So having special skills when you first start is definitely not necessary, but having resourcefulness and the willingness to learn and be determined definitely is. Now, if you're in the digital product space, it gets even better because you have access to so many different websites and resources that help you so you don't have to start from scratch like you might have several years ago. I'm talking about websites like Creative Fabrica and Placeit, resources that give you what you need to create digital designs like graphic elements and fonts, even print-on-demand designs that are already put together. If you haven't explored these websites, I definitely recommend before you deciding that it's a big no for Etsy that you explore them, because like I said, the digital space requires no startup costs, and you can literally go on there and see what they would have that you could use to put together on a platform like Canva. Creative Fabrica specifically has lots of different amazing elements and files that you can use to create graphic designs, and I actually have a free trial linked in the description box below if you'd like to try that out for a few days and see how you like it and see if maybe creating digital products could be a great step forward for you. The point is, friend, that you definitely don't have to have the skills necessary to start from scratch. There are so many different resources available now more than ever that it's for sure worth looking into if you haven't yet. So I hope that having some feedback on those helps you if you're one that's also been thinking and wondering about those. I encourage you not to let anything hold you back and to be determined to learn and to grow even if you feel like you're not quite in a place where you're ready yet. Imperfect action is always better than waiting and trying to have everything perfectly lined up. Don't forget to click that link in the description box below to sign up for Sales Samurai, to try it out for free for 3 days, as well as to check out that Etsy masterclass. If you're interested in starting an Etsy shop and knowing some smart strategy going into it, that's sure to be a great help to you. Bye, friends.